Tell me you went to a really toxic high school without telling me you went to a really toxic high school.
So I went to the bathroom in the middle of physics class. I go in and I see this girl and she's really not doing well. She looks nauseous. I say, "Are you okay?" She says, "No, I'm fine. I'm just gonna like chill in here for a while." I said, "Okay." So I left and then I thought about her and I was like, "Oh my God, I need to go back there." So I go back and I see all these girls from my high school pointing and laughing at her, and she's frothing at the mouth, literally having an OD reaction to something. I pick this girl up, I carry her to the nurse's office, and I'm like, "Nurse, what do I do? Like, do we call 911? Like, I had no idea. I was in shock. And the nurse was like, "Yasmin, don't waste your time on people that aren't worth it." And I was like, what?
Story time. As I've mentioned about like 50 times now, I used to go to private school before I went to high school. And private schools can get away with pretty much anything. We had this thing called the late bus, and it would take you home if you stayed late for after school activities or something. And to get to and from our school, you have to go up this very steep, windy, narrow road. And so they had this bus driver that everybody loved. He was a really nice guy. He was just one of those people who didn't know when to not do something or like personal boundaries. So every time we would go home, he would brake really hard and then start swerving and be like, we're crashing. And everybody thought it was really funny. He would also do it on the highway. This one time I fell out of my seat and I smashed my face on the floor of the bus. And I went home and I told my dad, and he was so furious, and he called the school, and I got the man in trouble, and I didn't mean to get him in trouble. But then the next day, everybody on the bus was like, "Hey, can you pretend we're crashing?" And he was like, "No, I can't do that anymore." I felt so bad. Like, should I feel bad though?
So my mom called the school and she was like, "Hey, my daughter's not gonna be in today. She has to go to the doctor." So I wasn't gonna be there for like my first 2 classes. And of course, I had a test in my first class, which I obviously could not be there for. So as soon as I get home, it's after school, all my classes are done, I take the test. And I only got 3 wrong. Hallelujah. So my friend texts me, she's like, "Okay, like let me know your score." So I go on there, and it says I got a 0 out of 40. 0, an F, 0. But I go on there and I only got 3 wrong. So I check Power School, it's like a place where you can check your grades. And she put the test in as an F. So now I have a 23 in my class, and I emailed her, right? And she said, "You weren't in class to take the test, so it's an F."
I'm going to tell you guys about the time I let my entire 4th grade class down. You think I'm exaggerating? You know, I stay up at night and I cringe at this. It's just, why did I do this? Honestly, I guarantee you none of them care. None of them remember. But I remember. It's honestly not even that big a deal. But it is to me. Okay, let's get into it. Picture this. Little 4th grade Joe excited to be going to school because it's December. And what does December mean? Christmas parties. That's one of the things that I miss about elementary school. All of the fun holiday parties. When I become a high school teacher, I promise to bring back the parties. Anyway, my teacher announced we were having a Christmas party. Everyone's like, "Yay!" Okay, but we need people to bring snacks. She let kids volunteer what kind of snacks they could bring. Some kids said they could bring chips. Some kids said they could bring cookies. But there were no drinks. And then I suggested, "What if we have hot chocolate?" Everyone's like, "Yeah!" My teacher's like, "That's a great idea, Joe Zadak. Are you able to bring that?" "Yeah, I can bring hot chocolate." My entire class cheering. She was like, "Okay." Follow for part 2.
Okay, so this is part 2 of me letting my class down in 4th grade. So you already know I was assigned the hot chocolate. Super excited, super happy. I had such a big job, big responsibility. And I can't stress this enough, I was the only one bringing the hot chocolate. So when I got home, I asked my mother, "Ma, where's the hot chocolate?" She goes, "Right there." So I grab it, and my little dumb said, "This isn't good enough." It was the powdered hot chocolate. You know, the ones that come in the can? And I wanted the packets with the marshmallows. So I got really upset. "This isn't the hot chocolate. This isn't the one I promised I'd bring. Go!" And in my brain, I rationalized that if I couldn't bring the best hot chocolate, then I wouldn't bring any at all. I ended up bringing Chips Ahoy. But that's not the worst part. I walked in, my teacher had prepared a bunch of hot water in cups. It was this giant machine filled with boiling hot water, and she was stirring it. She looks at me walk in and go, "Hey, did you bring the hot chocolate?" "No, but I brought cookies." "Joe!"
When I was in high school, we had Spirit Week, and one year we had a meme day, and your boy wore a T-Rex costume. It was awesome, but there were some challenges. I remember that in the morning, I had gym class. So aren't you gonna put shorts on? My friend asked me. Bro, how am I gonna put shorts on? But changing wasn't the biggest challenge. You wanna know why? Because we played football. I could not catch the ball with my stubby arms, and people would step on my tail to stop me. After gym class, I had English and forgot I had to do a presentation that day. So what did your boy do? I presented in my T-Rex costume, and I even think I got bonus points. And also, when I went through doors, I had to put my whole head down to get through. And if that wasn't it, wanna know what my greatest struggle of the day was? Every day after lunch, the school gave us 10 minutes to go outside and chill for a bit until our next class. And during this little time period, so many people wanted to race me. I guess seeing a kid running in a T-Rex costume gives off serotonin.